Hi and welcome to this live currency strength indicator table video with me, John, on this Tuesday the 2nd of May. Here you can see we have our two tables in front of us. We have the trend traders table and the day traders table. These are the same studies but just highlighting different time frames. These tables auto update every 5 minutes 24/7, meaning that you can access these tables at any time and see a real-time update. So tables are a little bit all over the place today in terms of the only confluence currency at the moment, or the only currency that's showing that having a confluence between the two time frames and the two tables is the Japanese yen. Everything else seems to be a little bit all over the place. You can see that we do have other currencies that are featured here twice. You can see the Canadian dollar, for instance, here is S3 on the day traders, but it's W2 on the trend traders, so it's on the opposite side. That's why it's not highlighted. There's no confluence there. But that is a currency pair we're going to be talking about in this video. We're also going to be talking about Euro Yen as well. The reason being is we've seen price trade through a real key significant level, and we're wondering if price is going to continue to the upside here on Euro Yen into a real significant area. Now, we don't have a confirmed signal on Euro Yen. In fact, we don't have a signal at all, really. We just have a, let's say, a pre-signal. Now, a pre-signal is when we have sort of a blank currency, but we do have one highlighted currency. And then we wait to see, or what we'd want to see is a confluence in a currency come together. So for this instant, we want to see Euro Yen and CAD Yen. Okay, we want them to sort of swap places in terms of, sorry, the CAD on this side of things. We want to see swap places. We want to see CAD come over onto this strong side of the table. We want to see Euro come over into this side of the table to give us a opportunity to look for that confirmed signal on the currency strength indicator tables to then continue the potential move that we're seeing across the markets at the moment. But the yen really weak, which is a little bit of a surprise, to be honest, because after the rally that we saw last week, if I just zoom in slightly here actually on the chart of Euro Yen, and I'm just going to quickly go to the daily time frame. This was the rally we had on Friday. Monday we had a little bit of a continuation of that rally, which was a little bit of a shock. I expected after that sort of sudden yen weakness that we would actually see price pull back. Maybe we will see that for the rest of the week, so we have to be a little bit careful here, but we'd want to see that anyway. We don't want to be long in and around this point. In fact, we want to be long at supporting levels. Now, if I just go back up to that monthly time frame and zoom out on Euro Yen, the reason why it's of interest is because we're trading above the 148.50 area, which were the highs back in November of 2014. Now, if we actually just kind of look left a little bit, let me just kind of bring this over a little bit so you can actually see that. It's just under chart partner at the moment. You can see this consolidation here. Now, the high of that consolidation was in July of 2008. And if we kind of look at this monthly time frame, there's not really much in the way of support and resistance that could block price potentially heading up to that 169 high, which is that high of 2008. So it's really interesting to see if we're trading above this area now, do we continue to see that move? Now, there could be some fundamental catalysts that drive prices higher. The ECB could potentially continue to hike interest rates. We actually do have some data out today, which is some core CPI, which the ECB are keeping their eye on. And if the core CPI comes in a little bit hotter than expected, then the ECB may want to hike interest rates a little bit more aggressively than the 25 basis points that's planned. That could be a catalyst for price to continue higher here. Now, from a trading perspective, I would want to see price pull back. If I go back to that daily time frame, you can see that I've marked out the 148.50 level. The reason I've marked out that level is because it's those highs, but you can also see price rejected it most recently as well. We came back down. We found support around about these highs here, which were in December of 2022, which was the 146.50. Price has rallied since then. So really speaking, I want to see price pull back to the 148.50. we've got confluence with a trend line support as well. So that combination, combined with the tables seeing euro move from the weak side to the strong side, giving us confluence, will be a catalyst for me to start getting long on euro yen for a move higher. Now, I did say I wanted to talk about CAD yen as well. Now, the reason why I want to talk about CAD yen is a little bit different to euro yen. In fact, CAD yen is actually coming up into a key level of resistance. If I just zoom out slightly here, we're actually coming up into the 102. But again, obviously, suggesting that we should be looking for a little bit of strength in CAD at the moment. So in theory, what we want to see is either CAD sort of come from the W2 side over to the trend trader side of things. If it does, then that's going to be a catalyst to start looking for CAD yen longs. We've got the 102 running through here. Price is approaching that 102 level, and it looks to be slightly rejecting it at the moment. And you can see the 200 daily moving averages running through there as well. We have broken through the 100 spot 75 handle. This was actually the zone that we talked about not getting long into. So the last time we spoke about CAD yen, we expected price to come into this area here and fail, and it did. We talked about coming back down into key lows and look for a rally, and it did exactly that. So if you have been playing the CAD yen here, you have done extremely well. You could have had sort of 200 pips to the downside, 300 pips to the upside here. Now, price trading above this level is significant, but like I said, I want to see some developments over here for the price of the Canadian dollar. If it can pull back a little bit and we do see it move onto the other side, giving us a confirmed signal, then I'll be happily looking for longs above or around this 100 spot 75, maybe even down towards the 98 handle, down through this demand zone, and then looking for targets of the 102 and above, because if we get above that 102 handle, again, there's little in the way really. We've got sort of resistance about 104s, but little in the way up to the 109.80s, which could be a significant move in the market. But really, my main focus is seeing that euro yen, seeing that strength come back into the euro on the day trader side of things, giving us an opportunity to potentially trade this market higher. Hopefully that made sense, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next video.